Okay, it's a day. We're not starting with a starting soon screen because I forgot to, so oops on that one. Like a little bit of an oopsie there. But you know, that'll happen. Why? Cool. I got another follower on Twitter for tweeting out that I was going live. Did my go live tweet on Twitter make any sort of sense? I just realized I did not check it. So hopefully it did. I think if I don't edit it, it's literally just my yeah. Cool. I forgot to I usually try and edit the Twitter thing that goes out, but oh well. And I think the better question is, what isn't the oopsie? You know? What isn't? Anyway, my phone's plugged in. And that's the last thing I need to do before I go. Also, hello. We'll just... Why didn't I do the starting soon thing? I forgot. There's no deeper reason than that. I simply forgot to. Okay, good. We have 3 chests to pick up, and that's all we need to do here is grab the loot. We have an utterly obnoxious amount of stuff that I've gone in the background, so we don't need anything else. Almost missed that chest out. Well, that's annoying.
Conflict resolved. Oh yeah!
It's just that easy. It really is. There's only one thing left that we need to do other than just completing all the missions. But it is much easier to do once we've completed enough missions, so I decided to leave it until we hit the appropriate point in the missions, because instead of trying to grind it out on something that's way less efficient, because the only thing we have left to do is unlock barrier piercing. This'll do indeed. And barrier, not barrier. Is it barrier piercing?
Activating combat mode.
Whatever. The one, I don't know why I bothered with that. It was unnecessary. Anyway, the one that lets us get rid of barriers when we hit enemies. Rather than just being able to attack as if they're not there. Anyway, so there's one mission. We have a lot to go. We're just going to do our best to get through this as quickly as possible, because these missions are not the interesting part of today's stream. In fact, the only thing that has kept me from doing them off stream is that I, as a viewer, wouldn't like that, even though I know that it doesn't make good content. As a viewer, I'm very completionist, and it definitely shows up in the way that I make content. Because there's a lot of stuff that I recognize as, generally speaking, not great content that I just still do.
Heads up! Oh no, you don't! How about this?
Well,
this is gonna sting!
I'm annoyed that that missed, but whatever. I should have death jumped a second time. Would have been faster. Oh well.
Activating combat mode.
But yeah, I never skip over things, even if I know that it would honestly make for better content.
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah.
Because it's also, it's a matter of like what something is for, right? Like, to me, streaming is the long form content, so it should contain everything. You know, you cut out the boring bits when you make it into like a YouTube video or something, or edited content, you know? No treasures to get, so I can just run right at the enemy. I'm gonna have to fight one fight right here because I have no idea where the lines are. Yeah.
Mode.
As expected.
How about this?
Conflict resolved.
There we go.
Activating combat mode.
Heads up. This'll do.
Boop. Badoop. 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 There we go.
Conflict
Oh hey,
resolved.
we mastered another materia. Since I don't really know what else to be doing with my materia at this point, we're just going to throw on some more materia to master. Don't have 2 Firework Blades mastered yet, so that'll go next. Just because at this point, like, I don't want to be wasting the materia levels, but I honestly don't have anything else for any materia I need leveled. At this point, like, it's...
Activating combat mode.
Oh.
How about this?
That has death on it. Oops.
This'll do.
Conflict resolved.
Anyway, I made a little oopsie, but it's fine. We'll just keep going like nothing happened. I was like, why am I missing HP? And then I'm like, right, Costly Punch does that, huh? That is literally its whole thing. Good. Check over here for chest. No. Okay. I go this way. Here's one. Need one more. But yeah, I ended up having some unexpected free time today, and so I just decided on impulse to stream. I'm missing a chest. Where is it? I really want a... I really want a computer I can control with my mind. That's what I want in life. I hope that gets invented during my lifetime. And not just gets invented, because you can actually kind of already do that. Like, that already kind of exists, but is actually, like, good. Because it already exists, but it isn't, like, particularly good yet. And I want it to be, like, really nice. Because that just makes so many things better. And what I mean by so many things better is because what I'd really like to do is have a map, like a list of maps for where every chest is open, but I'd be losing time by accessing it right now.
This is gonna sting.
You know what I mean? Like, it would take time to access, while I would rather just be playing the game. Whereas if I could just casually do it in the background on a different mod or with my mind, it wouldn't take the extra time. Because the main reason it would take extra time is I'm playing with a controller, right? So I'd have to move my hand
Activating combat
from my
mode.
controller
This'll
to,
do. Oh no, you don't! Taking you down a peg. This is gonna sting.
Conflict
Boop.
resolved.
There we go. I'd have to move my hand
yeah.
from my controller to my mouse, scroll, and then back. And all of that is, you know, going to take time. Even if I get really good at it, there's going to be a noticeable stutter in my progression of whatever, through whatever's going on screen. Also, is today being the finale realistic? Probably not, actually, but I'm sure going to pretend it's realistic until
Activating combat mode.
my inability to measure time proves me wrong once again. It's one of those things where, like,
Conflict resolved.
The end.
this is an interesting thought that I've been having recently. I would have never considered myself as someone with time blindness.
Activating
I'm still
combat
not
mode.
sure that I necessarily would. But it's one of those things where I've realized recently that I drastically overcompensate for my having a poor sense of time. And I still failed. Like, everybody who knows me knows that if I say I'll be done with something in just a minute, or I'll be there in just a minute, is it actually going to be 1 minute? Is it going to be half an hour? Will it be an hour? Nobody knows. I sure don't. Nobody else does. Like, nobody knows how long it's gonna take me, right? It's a complete mystery. It's a complete mystery to me too. Like, nobody knows. And I realized that despite routinely failing
Bring it on.
at measuring time, I do a lot of stuff in the background to make me better at measuring time. I keep lists in my head of how long things actually take me. But only important things. Like, I have my...
How about this?
every activity that could be part of my morning routine to get prepared for something, I know how long it takes. No question. I know how long it takes.
Conflict
That's a
resolved.
really weird thing to realize, because it's not like, if I think about it, I can figure out how long that takes me. I don't estimate. I know. I know how long those things take me. Because I've measured. Deliberately, over time, I have measured over and over again how long certain things take me, and I just do it without thinking about it. Because if I think about something that I haven't measured, and I try to think of how long it would take me, I don't know. I don't know how long it would take me. I can maybe come to a measurement if I go through it step by step and think of how long each individual step would take, but that's just me measuring again. Because it's all steps for things that I've done before.
How about this?
Conflict
You know,
resolved.
like if you bake any task down
yeah.
enough, you get to things that you've done before in your life, and I've measured all of those. How long it takes me to go retrieve something. Things like that. I have no sense of how long anything takes intuitively. I've measured all of it. And it's one of those things that I didn't realize. One, I barely even clocked that I was doing it, because it's just something I do. You know what I mean? I never questioned that I did that. I just do it. I never questioned that. That's just something I do. As it turns out, that's not normal. You know, I think everybody but me knew that. You know, but just in case, you did, not normal.
Oh yeah.
That's definitely not a normal activity. It is not normal to
Activating combat mode.
Bring it on.
actively in your head
The end.
measure how long anything takes.
This'll do.
Pretty
Oh,
much
no,
ever.
you
That's
don't.
never normal.
Conflict resolved.
Yeah.
It's very odd to have to do that.
Activating
Most people
combat
can
mode.
just intuitively know, oh, I want to do this. It'll take
Got him.
this
is gonna
amount of
sting.
time. They don't have to think
Conflict
about it too
resolved.
deeply
Oh yeah.
to know that. They just can't. And finding that out, I was like, oh, I see. I see. I don't know when someone else was gonna tell me that everybody else just gets to know that. Like, I sure would have liked to know that everybody else just gets to know that one. Would have been nice. But nobody tells you what information other people can just know, right? Like, their brain just does that. They don't have to think hard about it. I do.
Activating combat mode.
Bye
But
now.
the reason
Oh,
I
no, you
realized that I
don't.
knew that is because
Oh yeah.
I know really well how long my morning routine takes me unless I add something to it. As soon as I add something to it, did that add 1 minute? Did it add half an hour? I have no intuitive sense of how long it would have added. And that's weird. And it didn't, and I realized recently that, you know, that's definitely not something normal people experience. That's definitely not normal.
Activating combat
Out of the
mode.
way.
And it's one of those things, like, you don't
Here we
realize
go.
what you're compensating for until someone, points out that it's not
Resolved.
normal. I
Oh,
feel like
yeah.
you just have not been listening at all, and I've been talking about this for several minutes. I'm not repeating myself. The Snap Notes version of it is, yeah, I stand by it. I'm still not repeating myself. The Spark Notes version of it, not Snap Notes, don't know where that came from. The Spark Notes version is I compensate for having time blindness. I'm not sure I'd call it full time blindness, but definitely a lack of awareness of how long anything takes. Yeah, that's why with unimportant things I will almost never be on time. Or have any sense of how long things take. So like, take for instance, how long any of these missions take. No clue. No idea. You could tell me each of these missions takes 10 minutes, and I'd be like, yeah, that makes sense.
Activating combat
For the
mode.
record, they
on.
take more like 2.
How about this?
At most. On the high end.
Take that. Here we go.
And that's the ones that I have to actually hunt down treasure.
The end.
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah.
It's why I'm often overzealous about what I can actually accomplish, because I have no idea how long anything takes. Unless I've measured it, and if it's something new that I haven't done before, I haven't measured it. I don't know how long it's going to take. I don't have any
Activating
intuitive
combat
sense of
Taking
it
you
just
down a peg.
from
Later.
its existence.
This'll do.
I'm happy
Here we
for
go.
you.
Conflict resolved.
Got him. Oh yeah.
Costly Punch OP. Anyway, there's another mission done. Yeah, like, that mission took 2 minutes, and I'd say it's fairly longer because it had a big map and 3 treasure chests for me to pick up. Like, it's definitely above average, probably like 60th to 70th percentile on how long a mission takes. Somewhere in that vicinity. Like, never trust Final Fantasy characters to loot behind them. When you are not in control of a Final Fantasy character, they will walk by all loot. Every piece of loot in existence does not matter to a Final Fantasy character. It does not matter if they are a treasure hunter. It does not matter how much they value loot. They will walk right by.
Activating
Final Fantasy
combat
characters only get loot when you are in
Taking
control
you
of them.
down a peg. Take that. Here we go.
So just remember, if you're greedy, they are
Taking
too,
you
so pick
down
it
a
up.
peg. That's enough.
mode. Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah.
if you're cold today, R2 has always just been such a funny
Activating
thing
combat
to
mode.
me. It's important, but it's always been
Conflict
funny.
resolved.
The end.
There we go. Beat up another few enemies. Onward we continue. Also, I mean, that's not surprising. Like, anime always makes brand jokes like that. I think of all the variations on McDonald's you've seen in anime. They're all pretty funny. And they're all about that level of campy. Also, I really want today to be the finale because I really want to be done with this game. But I don't think that we're gonna make it. I distinctly think that we will in fact not finish today.
Activating combat mode.
But you know.
Bye now. Take that. How about this? Heads up.
I also still need to figure out what I want to
Conflict
stream.
resolved.
Oh yeah.
I want to stream Metroid Prime Remastered, but I want to give it a little bit more time before I do, just because there's been a lot of people streaming it recently, and that means it's not great for my channel. By some more time, I mean like maybe in several months. So I want to think of something else to stream between now and then, but I don't know what yet. Something that exists for sure. I don't really have any idea what. I don't want to do Fantasy Life, but that's really not good for anything, but I like Fantasy Life. And I kind of want to actually finish it before the new Fantasy Life game comes out. And then I can stream that as soon as it comes out. But maybe I do another Pokemon game? I don't know. I'm no longer feeling Pokemon'd out, so I'd be down to play another Pokemon game.
Activating combat mode.
And I found out what my
This'll do.
put everything in the box challenge is actually called, because it does have a name that the community made. It's called a living dex.
Oh, yeah.
It is just a thing that the community, I figured it was probably a thing the community had done before. Like, honestly, I should probably actually research what things are called before I just do them. Because, you know, a lot of my challenges are things that other people have probably done before, simply because I like doing challenges on older games. And if it's dear enough to me to want to do a challenge run on it, it's probably been dear enough to someone else, which means somebody probably named a run. You know? Like, I'm not breaking new ground on thinking of a challenge run, really. The only ones I'd be breaking new ground on are ones that, like, would have been deemed impossible. Like, if I ever find a way to do a Mega Man Busterless run, Mega Man Legends Busterless run, yeah, that'll be you know,
Activating combat mode.
that'll be new.
Heads up.
No one's done that one before.
Later.
But it's probably because every person who thought of it
This'll
went,
do.
nah, that's impossible. And I think
Oh,
they
no,
were
you
probably
don't.
right.
Conflict resolved.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know what I mean? They're probably not wrong. It's not going to stop me from trying to find a way to do it. But they are probably correct that it's impossible. I think that's probably the right feeling to have about that one. So what equipment do I have on? Okay, Kaiser Knuckle, Force of Nature. Okay, it's an okay set of equipment. It's not anything amazing. To get Gil before, it'll be fine. Worry about it later. It's amazing to me the casual, like, I'm a completionist, don't get me wrong, but I do not understand the people who want to get 99 of everything in Final Fantasy games.
Activating combat mode.
Like,
How about
I
this?
get it, because on the one hand, I
Here we
will
go.
do it sometimes,
Conflict resolved.
but I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
get it at the same time. I don't get, I guess what I'm trying to say is I get hearing it and going, yeah, I want to do that. I don't understand what Madman peered into the depths of their own soul and came out with getting 99 of every item in Final Fantasy VII is what will make me happy. I don't understand that person. I understand people like me who saw that person and what they were doing and went, yeah, I've got the time. Why not? I could do that too, because that's being competitive as a
Activating
completionist,
combat mode.
and I fully understand that.
Bye now.
But the first guy?
Take that.
Conflict resolved.
Got him.
What was the first person up to? Like, what were they? What were they on? What were they thinking? That they thought that is what would make them happy. Gotta get
Activating
2
combat
treasure
mode.
chests. Oh, that's annoying.
Taking you down is gonna love this. Heads up, this is gonna sting.
Conflict
We have
resolved.
Oh, yeah.
so many missions to do. So many. Literally, we have like probably 130 something left. I'm not counting, but it's something in that vicinity. Like that's the ballpark for sure. Oh, the other chest is probably up here.
Activating combat mode.
Out of the way. Hey,
Conflict resolved.
later.
There we go. It's just that easy. There we
Activating
go.
combat
Oh,
mode.
okay.
Take that.
Conflict resolved.
The
There we
end.
go. Onward. I don't know what else to say right now, so we're just gonna keep going. Sometimes when I'm streaming, I have those moments where, like, talking is just easy. The conversation topics
Activating
just, they
combat
come
Bring
to
it
me.
on.
Don't even have to think about them. And then sometimes my brain's just like, what's a conversation? I almost had an embarrassing eat shit moment there, but I didn't, and so it's
Oh
fine.
yeah.
Like, we're fine. Oh, I guess I should talk about why I haven't been streaming on any day but Sunday. I got a new job, and it's East Coast hours, which was a sleep schedule I was not on, and it took me a week to adjust. I'm still a little bit tired at certain times because I'm still not like properly sleeping at night. But so I was wiped last week because I wasn't properly sleeping at the right time. But, you know, not sleeping at the right time doesn't mean you get to not be awake at work. So instead it was my free time that really suffered from me just not having the energy to be awake. So that's why I wasn't streaming. Because I was exhausted and did not have the energy to exist, much less be social. Like, I think almost every day last week I was sleeping from like 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. my time. Not quite 2 p.m., but something around there.
This'll do.
Something in that vicinity for sure.
Bye now.
But yeah, so that definitely lessened the amount I was streaming.
Oh yeah.
Oh, hey, another fun thing. T-Mobile went down yesterday, which a lot of people probably have already heard about. My T-Mobile's still down. Like, it didn't go back on with any consistency. Sometimes I have signal, sometimes I don't. So that's cool. Not really a fan of that one. So I'm dealing with that. Not that I really use my phone signal all that much, but it does mean I just can't get texts or calls right now. Which is fine. I mean, use Discord, like, you know, the texting or calling me just isn't a thing that anyone really does. But,
Activating combat mode.
that's just been a fun little wrinkle in my life the last few days that, you know, if someone did need to, I'm just unreachable via that method. I'm just not reachable that way right now. So that's cool. Also, I just realized something I should absolutely do right now while I'm thinking about it. Okay, good. I did earlier. Good. I didn't remember if I muted my phone after it dinged that first time or not. You know, having been not streaming, my phone was actually off silent for like the last week. Which is just not something I've been doing. Also, have your things been appearing in the chat on screen? I have not been paying attention. And I just realized I have no idea if they have. But I've not been paying attention, so I don't know if that's because they haven't been, or just because I've been reading in the chat on my other monitor. Not the one that's that appears on stream.
Activating combat mode.
Boop.
Heads up.
Boop. Boop.
This'll do. That's enough. Here we go.
Anyway, this is the easier way to kill it, probably, just because this keeps it staggered forever.
Here we go.
Requires less thinking.
Bye now. This is gonna sting. Taking you down. Gonna love this. Heads up. Oh no, you don't. Bye now.
Let me see.
How about this? Gonna love this. Here we go. Oh no, you don't.
Do I have the defenses to live this? I don't. Bummer. I should probably not use Costly Punch
Activating
to...
combat mode.
I should just be more conscientious about healing after using Costly Punch.
Oh no, you don't. Heads up. Gonna love this. How about this? That's enough. Bye now. Gonna love this. This'll do. This is gonna sting.
I just realized a really funny jank thing that I could do here is I could keep it stuck like this until I get a
Heads up. Oh no, you don't. This'll do.
whatever it's called.
Taking you down. Gonna love this. Here we go.
I could keep it stuck here for as long as I want,
Bye
right?
now. Oh no, you don't.
Because I
Heads
can't
up.
kill
This
it.
is gonna sting. Here we go.
But it
love
also
this.
can't actually
Heads
start
up.
that
This
cast
is
without
gonna
touching
sting.
the ground. So I could have kept it
Bye
there.
now.
There we go.
Taking you down a peg.
Conflict resolved.
I just had to make sure I had enough health to get it down to 50% to make sure I had enough health to survive at that time. Easy game, easy life. Okay, yeah, I do not feel great, but something I ate is not super agreeing with me, but it's not like violently disagreeing with me, so it's okay. It's just having a mild disagreement with me, you know? I think it says a lot about how often that happens that I'm just okay with that. Like, I understand that
Activating combat
greasy
mode.
food does not agree with me, but it is very yummy, so I'm not gonna not eat
Oh
it,
no, you don't.
you know?
Conflict resolved.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I accept the consequences of that. Annoying though they may be. Go down here for the other chest. She'll surely be right here. Yup. Sometimes I wonder, do I remember that those are there from, you know, having
Activating
played this on the
combat
No
mode.
Materia run, or
Heads
they
up.
really just that
This is
repetitive
gonna sting.
with where they put
Conflict
these things?
Oh,
Who knows?
yeah.
I sure don't. Anyway, yet another mission completed. We're up to 64%, which is honestly pretty good. We're making good progress. That being said, while we are making good progress, I am a little bit...
Activating combat mode.
I just don't care. Like, I just didn't care. There was nothing they could have done to me to make me care. Mostly I'm opening chests just to make sure I have a healthy stock of items to sell later, because I will need gil in large quantities. So I'm just making sure that I have that available to me. Because later when I'm making the best items, I'm gonna want to have some money. Not the best items, the best materia. Effectively when I'm doing the actual Minerva prep. Speaking of, something I actually want to be careful of is making sure that I know how my fusion items are looking, particularly the actually good ones down here. I want to make sure I don't max on any of them, because I don't want to lose getting any of them. Like, if I'm going to max, I absolutely want to use them.
Activating
It
combat
doesn't look
mode.
like I really have to worry about that, but
Conflict resolved.
easy game, easy life. Costly Punch is just so ridiculously good. Just remember, it costs 10 times as much health in this game as it did in the base game, and it's still the best materia, and it's not close. That's funny to me. Like, they hard nerfed it, and it's still the best by far. Oh boy, a fat chocobo feather. Because what I want to do is I need 2 materia that put up health, materia that puts up vitality, materia that puts up spirit.
Taking you down a peg. Oh no, you don't.
This could have gone better, admittedly. It took an embarrassingly long time.
Activating combat
Like,
mode.
y'all should be embarrassed it took you that long to finish me off, honestly.
Conflict resolved.
Anyway,
Oh, yeah.
like, that's how you finish someone off who's helpless before your might. Like, that's what it looks like. Just so y'all are aware that that's what you should do if you somehow get someone at your mercy. Like, don't know why they were unable to, but makes it better for me, I guess. So it's fine. Anyway, I don't know what I was saying before, but yeah, and so I need a materia that boosts HP, a materia that boosts vitality. So I need 2 materia that boost HP to max out on HP. The second one does not need to be a full boosted materia. Which means that probably I will simply leave Costly Punch the way that it is. And then just have some other materia.
Activating combat mode.
Yeah.
Conflict resolved.
Boop. Done.
Oh yeah.
I got both chests, right? I think I did. Not as confident on that as I would like to be. But I think I did. Cool, I did. Anyway, oh, there's the one chest for this one. Means this one gets to be nice and fast. And just gotta run forward and fight whatever enemy is waiting for me here, which I believe is 2 of
Activating
these.
combat mode.
Yup.
The end.
There's 1. There's 2. It's that easy.
Oh yeah.
Easy game, easy life. Like, it really is just that easy, huh? But so, we need 2 materia that put up HP out of our 6 materia slots. 1 that puts up one that puts up vitality to max it. We'll have a Zydric equipped, so that'll handle
Activating combat
the other
mode.
100 that we need.
This'll do. How about this? This is gonna sting. Here we go. Take that. Bye now. Hey.
Conflict
These
resolved.
enemies actually have enough health that they don't
Oh,
just
yeah.
die. How annoying. But yeah, outside of getting one of the materia that we have on, will have to be steel.
Activating combat mode.
Or something
Heads
that
up.
steals. It
Take
doesn't
that.
have to
How
be
about this?
steel specifically.
Hey. Here we go. This'll do.
If it would have been faster to simply...
Heads up.
Well, whatever. Anyway, we got vulnerable again. Which, that's kind of funny.
Conflict
Got that
resolved.
twice.
Later. Oh yeah.
I wonder, does Costly Punch... I wasn't paying attention. Did Costly Punch go through me being invulnerable? Does it do that? I don't know. Anyway, so what we need is we need, Vitalities, Spirit, 2 HP materia. Then we have 2 materia that we can do whatever we want with. The thing that we're wearing to break the damage limit will also give us guaranteed crits, so we don't need luck. It's a completely unimportant stat because the only things it affects in this game are drop chances and drop chance and hi Magic Pot. Why are you here? I don't have Ultima on right now, buddy. I'm sorry.
Resolved.
At some point I need to get Genji Shield, which isn't here, so at least I didn't miss an opportunity for that. But that'll be its own whole thing. Like getting Genji Shield will be its own journey. That we will do just as a separate thing. We will have the Genji Shield though, because we're gonna have the Genji set. Aside from, well,
Activating combat mode.
I don't know. I'm still gonna want the Genji Shield even if I'm not wearing it. I'll figure out what from the Genji set I don't want to wear later. Because I probably do want to not wear one of the pieces, so because I need a spot for the Zydreek. There's not a chest here? I thought there'd be a chest here, but there's not. Which means that I missed one somewhere else. So back this way we go, I suppose. Until such time as we find whatever chest I missed. Where did I miss a treasure chest? I would have thought nowhere was the answer, but here we are in the midst of despair. I don't know where I'm going with this song, so we're just gonna stop now. Oh, seriously, where in the world did I miss this chest? How blind was I? Did I make the classic blunder? Yup, never trust a Final Fantasy character. I forgot to turn around. I forgot to immediately turn around upon starting a level. My mistake. Never trust a Final Fantasy character. It's especially true in Final Fantasy 13, but it's a generally true statement too. Like, Final Fantasy 13 characters are especially bad about like half the time you get control of the characters after a character swap, where it's implied that characters have moved around. If you turn around, there's a treasure chest. Or treasure orb.
Activating combat mode.
This'll do.
But, you know, still.
Heads up. Got him.
Yeah, that's right. You don't get to cast Ultima. I don't gotta deal with that nonsense anymore. I can knock you out of it. Anyway, yeah, I'm not sure what 4 pieces of gear I'll end up wearing. I know I had a plan, but it's been like a week and a half. A little bit more than that now. So, I don't remember what it was.
Activating combat mode.
Here we go.
I did not expect them to live that.
This'll do.
There we go.
Oh yeah.
Oh, hey, cool.
Conflict
One of my
resolved.
materia leveled up. It really doesn't matter to me at this point, but it's still nice, I guess. Oh boy, 100,000 SP. Funny thing, by the way, leaving the game on, I think I may have mentioned this before, in the shorter stream that I did after the grinding. Leaving the game on in a battle that you won't die in is actually a pretty decent way to make SP. Like, terrible in terms of, like, per hour. But if you're going to leave
combat mode.
Out of the way.
anyway, like if you're gonna leave your console alone anyway and you don't mind it being, it's not bad. You know, it's not the worst SP per hour. You know, like my SP was going up noticeably. Like, I probably made several 100,000 SP over that time of just from leaving it on. Which isn't, like, considering how long I left it on for, is not amazing, because I left it running for, like, you know, something like 30 hours. But it was still an appreciable amount. Certainly more than I expected to be getting an SP from it.
Bring it on.
Ugh. This enemy just has an annoying amount of health and I don't have a way to attack faster. Specifically for this Jerko, I want to have a better attack. I missed the dodge, but it's okay. Because I have enough health that it won't kill me anyway.
Conflict resolved.
There we go. Ugh. But yeah, I really want like Assault Twister or something. Just for enemies like that that are slow that I could hit with a bunch of hits from it. That just take a metric ton of hits to kill. Okay, so we're done with the first three sets. We're almost done with 8. 7 is mostly done. So we're doing okay, is the way I would phrase it overall. Alright, so let's go beat up Wu-Tai some more. No peace for Wu-Tai.
Take that. The end.
We've not wiped Wu-Tai off the map yet. No peace for Wu-Tai. That's Shinra's general stance. Haven't wiped them off the map yet? Invade again. I mean, pursue the remnants to their new base. Wink wink, nudge nudge. Look, all I'm saying is I think Shinra declared victory in this war a little early, considering how long I have to pursue the remnants. Like, all I'm saying is I killed way more Wu-Tai soldiers pursuing the remnants of their army than I did actually fighting the Wu-Tai army in this game. You know? Like, I very noticeably had to deal with more oh boy, treasure.
Activating combat mode.
I was really hoping that monster there was not immune to death, because it would have been funny, but me constantly punching it is also funny. It's just not as funny. One second. I'm raising my desk. I stand aloft. Into the skies I go. Or something like that, anyway. Remember one of those moments where you didn't realize how stiff your back was until you moved, and then all of a sudden your body's like, oh yeah, we're super stiffs. Do some stretches. Like, that's what I just experienced.
Activating combat mode.
Bye now. That's enough.
I just
This'll
don't have
do.
that much attack
This is
right
gonna
now.
sting.
As you might be able to tell when I'm
Conflict
swinging my
resolved.
sword
Oh,
and it's
yeah.
just not doing that much. Like, don't get me wrong, my attack's not bad, but it's only like 111, you know? It's nothing special. I should figure out what I need to actually get my materia
Activating combat
done.
mode.
I thought I had
Taking
messed
you
up.
down a peg.
Conflict
Ooh, man.
resolved.
The end.
I should figure out what I need to get my materia lined up so that way I can have more stats. In particular, I'd like to
Activating
also
combat
have
mode.
a materia that puts up attack and a materia that puts up magic, and those two
Conflict resolved.
are a little bit more
Oh yeah.
important.
Activating combat
Out
mode.
of the way.
Hello.
Hi.
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah.
Activating combat mode.
Hello.
Conflict resolved.
It's just that
Oh
easy.
yeah.
Just simply say hello peaceably to your enemies, and they will simply decide not to fight you. That's what happened right there. You know, to anyone looking, that's what happened. Okay, so recommended accessories on Genji shield, Genji armor, Genji glove, and brick. Okay, so it's the helm that you bother with. You want to be using Z-Brick to max stats. Do-do-do-do. Okay. Really looking at a bit of information. Not that I'm likely to need it today. You know, we're an hour into this stream and we've done less than 10% of the missions. I still raid tonight with my group, so yeah, I'll be doing that. Okay, there's 5 chests, apparently. Like, you could have fooled me so far. There's one. Like, if I just been blind, like, that's definitely one of those moments, so I'm like, am I somehow missing all of the treasure chests? And if so, how? But no, this is the one where there's actually 3 treasure chests in the main room. That's what's going on here. I remember this. Yeah, there's one right here. And there's one on either side of the room. I believe the one that's on this side is further back. Make you doubt yourself. Or not. Hold up, maybe I'm just wrong. But did I misremember? It would appear I misremembered. Well, that's awkward. I have no clue where I apparently missed chest. Somewhere, evidently. Or silly, like, right there? No? Okay. Okay. Sure there was treasure here. What about... Can't believe I missed that.
Activating combat mode.
Oh, hello.
Conflict resolved.
There we go. Easy game, easy life. Having Zedric would be really nice for some of these missions, just because it would make me hit harder. But so would having a materia that actually gave me max attack.
Activating combat mode.
Later.
There's one dealt with.
Conflict
There's 2
resolved.
dealt with. Easy game, easy
Oh
life.
yeah.
As long as I can finish a battle in 2 costly punches, it's actually free. Don't even have to potion or anything. Hit 67% of the way through the missions. In other words, we are not very far. We have a lot left to do. It's like I thought there would be one in this vicinity. There usually is.
Activating combat mode.
Oh, hello. Goodbye.
Conflict resolved.
Bye bye.
Oh yeah.
I want to add more stuff that people can do with channel points. In particular, I want to see if I can add more stuff that people can do with channel points that doesn't require me. Because I've realized that that's fundamentally why I don't want to add more things like what I have right now. Because like I don't want to add more things like motivational sentences or more things like that. It's also why the motivational speech just isn't there anymore. I turned it off one day and went, you know what, I'm actually kind of happy with that. And I think fundamentally I just need to think of more things. Like, I'm gonna look at some other streamers and see what they do with channel points. And see what I can do that just doesn't involve me.
Oh yeah.
That involves the stream and something happening on stream, but what I can have for things for people to spend it on that's automated. Or requires minimal interaction from me, you know? Like, if it requires that I do something, that's fine.
Activating combat mode.
But I just don't want it to be like this huge
Here we go.
thing that I have to do every time. Like,
Conflict resolved.
The end. Oh yeah.
I'm also thinking I'm gonna make motivational sentences more expensive. Just because, you know, if, for instance, 4 people started watching me, I would die. That'd be it. You know, like it would kill me over time. Like if 3 or 4 people, even just 3 or 4, we're using motivational sentences the way that Guy does, I would simply die.
Activating combat mode.
Although part of the way I think I should handle that is I'm probably going to cap them. Like cap how many times they can be redeemed in a stream. But yeah, I want to do more with figuring out channel points in a way that is interactive but also fun for me, and I just haven't done it yet.
Activating combat mode. Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah.
I booped him. Hit him with a death jump, and oh look, they all died. What a surprise. Anyway,
Activating
next.
combat mode.
How did you not get hit?
That's enough.
Booped. And finished
Conflict
off.
resolved.
It's just that easy. You know, like it really is just that easy. But yeah, I really want an attack plus 100 materia of some kind. Doesn't even have to be a materia I actually like, you know what I mean? It just has to have attack plus 100 on it. Actually a good question. How close to that can I get right now? If I take my materia with the highest attack, which is in here somewhere. Take not that vital slash, I don't think. Yeah, it's this assault twister. I don't think I have anything else. Oh no, never mind, it's that assault twister. I don't know why that assault twister has attack plus 40 on it. I must have gotten it out of a chest or something and it just came that way, because there are some that just do. Okay, actually let's combine that with the one that has 22 to bring it up to attack plus 55. And see what we can do here. We have 20 hero drinks. And with that, I could bump it up to 71. Is that enough? Let me check. Because 255 is the maximum, and I don't need it to actually give me that much. Like it doesn't necessarily need to give me. Because okay, so 81 is how much I have. So that would mean that I would have 181 with the Zydric equipped in place of the Kaiser Knuckles. With 181, I need just a little bit more than that. Just a little bit. A little bit more than that, and I'll be there. Yeah, so that means I should be on the lookout for what are they? A few more hero drinks. Like a few more hero drinks, and I would be able to get enough attack on a materia that with a Zedric equipped, it would max me out. And that's all I need, you know? It doesn't need to do more than that. Like that's all we need. More than that is completely optional. Like, having it read all 100s is a nice vanity thing. It makes my brain happy, I'll admit.
Combat mode.
But I really I'm burnt out on this game. I don't want to grind anymore. And if letting that go means I don't have to grind anymore, I will let that go. At this point. You know, I can always come back when I'm feeling more excited about the game to do that on my own time when I'm not streaming. So yeah, I'll probably do that. Once I have a few more hero drinks. I can't do it before then. Unfortunately. But once I have a few more hero drinks, I'll do it. Also, apparently there's a show that just gives HP plus 500% as a reward from one of the missions, so that's just gonna be my second HP materia. Like that's all I need. Like it alone is sufficient. Like we're just going to equip that one. We might fuse it with something else if it needs it. That'll definitely be the base of whatever our
Here we go.
Whatever our materia is.
This is gonna sting.
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah.
Then yeah. I don't know what stats we're gonna get on, but something like that. Not sure. What this person did, I don't think I would actually do. They're being very inefficient. I'll play some stuff by ears, I get. Also, something I should be looking at, because I don't know it off the top of my head, is what plus costly punch is still costly punch. It's like pretty much anything. No, not anything. A lot of things. So the reason it'll be important is like how those apparently have higher priority than using the dash. None of these do. Okay, I know how I'm gonna max out the HP on costly punch then, and I will do it through costly punch then, since I'm pretty sure what I'm thinking will work. For getting 70%, you get a Moogle power that has vitality plus 60 on it. If I just add that to, I'm pretty sure that'll still be costly punch. And so long as it is still costly punch, then that's all I have to do to max out HP on that one.
Later. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Then the Drainka should cover me. And then I just need some kind of thing that gives me a bunch of spirit. Bunch of magic. Yeah. What I really need to test is magic better, or is having dual cap? Because I don't even think I have dual cast yet, right? We even have. Didn't think so. But you can't fuse dual cast. And since you cannot fuse dual cast with anything and get a dual cast out, that means you can't have stats on.
This'll do.
And I haven't tried fusing it myself, but I'm going to assume that the internet is not lying to me and that you, in fact, cannot fuse it. And so long as that's true, you're just kind of SOL in terms of getting stats from it. You know, that's just kind of it.
Activating combat mode. Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah.
Go. So I need to figure out if it's better to have dual cast on,
Activating combat mode.
or to have
Right, the end.
there we go.
That's enough.
Or
Fine
to
now.
have
Oh,
maxed
no,
out
you don't.
magic,
Conflict resolved.
because it will be a choice
Oh
between
yeah.
which of those is better.
Activating combat mode.
How about this? Take that.
Yeah, I
This'll
think the
do.
thing that bothers me the most about the
Conflict
setup
resolved.
of this person I found online is
Oh
they have
yeah.
a mug with vitality plus 40, and then a Moogle power with vitality plus 60, and that hurts me. to have the both of those, like, why? You don't need, like, that could be on one materia, because you can get up to vitality plus 100. There's no reason to have that going across two. Other than having not wanted to farm it. Having not wanted to farm enough of the right item at the right time, I guess.
Activating
Like if those
combat
weren't made
mode.
at the same time, if one was made earlier
Conflict
than the
resolved.
other,
Got
that could
him.
have contributed. But still.
Activating combat mode.
Taking you down a peg. Heads up. Hi.
Conflict
Yeah,
resolved.
the main reason I
Oh
want
yeah.
to be able to just use the costly punch with, like, say the Moogle power and get enough out of that is because that means that I can just save the feathers, the fat chocobo feathers, for that second HP materia that I'll need, and it should be nice and easy. Because that means they'll have more than enough feathers to just combine that Draingo with literally anything. Since I'm not planning on using it, it doesn't matter what it becomes. It just has to exist, you know? That's it. It just has to kindly exist. If there's something I can fuse a Draingo with that will make a, like, there are definitely things that are preferable. Like if I can make it into a materia that has a
Activating combat
passive
mode.
effect.
Take that. This'll do. Hi. The end.
Conflict
There we go.
resolved.
Oh yeah.
Conflict has been resolved. Easy game, easy life. It's just that easy. Like, that truly is just how easy it is. Anyway, okay, we got that. So let's see if we can do that. Am I correct that Moogle Power is the right kind of purple? That it results in a costly punch. That gives plus 920%, which means that I will have to use a small amount. Why can platinum bangles be used like her? The adamant bangle can be why? I can change it to boosting whatever I want, but I do in fact just want it to... There we go. And that is real expensive, but... confirmed that it does in fact just become another costly punch. And so we are good. We are up to 74,000 health now, which is pretty good. We definitely don't need that big. Like, I probably don't even need to fuse the Dringa. It can probably just exist and be fine. Honestly. I think is funny because this person definitely went either. I guess if you're lower, if you don't bother like getting your level up, you probably need a bigger HP boost.
Activating combat mode.
Here we go.
Yeah, so our HP total is higher than ever now. Woohoo. Anyway, so we just need, so that's one of our materia truly finalized. Like, that costly punch is done. That's just what it is from now on. It's not changing again. That's just it. That's what our costly punch looks like. And it's not coming off of our equipment list. It's just here. It's here to stay. Here forever. We're at 1.79 million SP. We need to get something with okay, so I can do the math here. These need to be above 155. So they need to get like plus 83 each on vitality and spirit. Yeah, so the next thing I should care about is I need to do a fusion that results in a Curaga and gives me 80 something spirit. Let's see. Throwing equipment on just never the right call. So we do not have very many mithrils, huh? We really don't. So aside from growing more, what else do I have that has... that turns this into magic, although at least it does keep it as a Curaga. You know, it doesn't exactly solve the problem I wanted it to be solving, but it does solve a problem. That wall has magic plus 60, that's good to know. It's not super helpful at the moment, but I'm gonna remember that. Health Thunderga's magic plus 35. Problem is that I don't know of another good way to get Mithril. That's the hard part. If I fuse this with things down here, it stays a Curaga. Okay, I know how I'm making that. Okay. I know what I'm gonna do.
Activating combat mode.
Heads up! That's enough! How about this? Oh no, you don't!
Conflict resolved.
Okay, yeah,
Oh,
I know what I'm gonna do. There's a materia that you get as a reward for one of the missions. It's a Phoenix Flames purple materia that has magic plus 80 on it. And if I fuse that with a Curaga and then throw in some upgrade materials to turn it back into a spirit boost from a magic boost, that's all I need to do. That being said, I still have to find some way to get a high magic
Activating
boost, but I
combat
think
mode.
the wall plus the health on the
Heads
gun is
up.
actually going to be sufficient for
Take
that.
that! Bye now! This'll do!
Conflict
I need more
resolved.
attack.
Later! Oh yeah!
We're officially hitting the point where things are starting to have more defense than I'm comfy with. But that's all that's in there anyway. So let's get some more experiments done.
Activating combat mode.
Oh no, it's Sephiroth. Boop.
Conflict resolved.
The end!
Easy
Oh,
game,
yeah.
easy life. It's just that easy. The experiment series of missions will be nice and fast. Or at least, it should be nice and fast. Anyway,
Activating
now we have
combat mode.
Sephiroth V2.
Conflict resolved.
It's just
Oh,
that
yeah.
easy. Just constantly punch a few times, and then we're done. Easy game, easy life. We're going to continue on until we become Cloud Strife. Anyway, and we fight
Activating
this
combat
jerk.
Bring it on!
Once again, nice and easy. He's got enough health to be more annoying, but fundamentally is not going to put up any
Conflict
more
resolved.
Oh yeah!
of a actual blockade to us. Where we get dual cast? I assume we'll get. I'll get it eventually. You know, it's one of those things. Like I'll find it. It'll come up.
Activating combat mode.
Ha!
Boop.
Conflict
Badoop.
resolved.
We're done here. It's just that easy. It really is just that easy. Okay, gets more fat chocobo feathers from this. That's nice. Gets us a little
Activating combat mode.
closer to being
Heads up! Hi!
Conflict
fully
resolved.
statted.
Oh
That
yeah!
one did not take very long. It was not immune to death, so it just died. At least these missions are nice and rapid fire, you know? Maybe it'll make up for all the time I'm gonna spend figuring out the materia fusion side of things. It probably won't, but maybe it will. At least a little bit.
Activating combat mode. Conflict resolved.
Got him!
Boop.
Oh yeah!
It's just that easy. Oh boy. An Osmos Blade. Yay. Got a nice another 6 missions complete in like less than
Activating
5
combat
minutes.
mode.
How about this? That's enough! This'll do. This is gonna sting.
Yeah, that's right. I'm just
Conflict
immune to
resolved.
fire. Don't know what I was worried about. I'm immune to fire and it didn't do enough damage to worry me. I should have just been smacking it. Like, that's one of those I'm thinking about it too hard. My numbers are higher than its situations. I just need to remember my numbers are higher and to punch it.
Activating combat mode.
I don't know what outdated data this was made with, but really? Really?
Taking you. Take that.
Conflict resolved.
There we go.
Oh yeah.
Good to know that if I just come out with a costly punch, it will just actually dodge roll it. Which, like, fair, it is kind of a pretty well choreographed move, admittedly. But also rude. Can't believe it just come out here and dodge my attacks.
Activating combat mode. Conflict resolved.
Boop.
Oh
And
yeah.
it's just that easy. I honestly feel a little bad for just decimating this series of missions this hard. Like, not that bad, but I do feel a little bad, you know?
Activating combat mode.
I really thought my hitbox did go before it. Okay. I was like, I really thought my
This'll
hitbox
do.
would go first. It did, it just had more health than I expected.
Oh yeah.
There was just a big health jump between that one and this one. Okay. Got another mission
Activating
to
combat
complete.
mode. Conflict resolved.
It's just that easy.
Oh yeah.
Just constantly punch the enemy to death. Who cares if it's costly if your enemy is already dead? You know? Anyway, after this one, that'll have been another
Activating combat mode.
6 missions completed, nice and fast. Oh, I forgot that my attacks knock enemies back. It's usually not as apparent as it is with the floaty ones.
Oh yeah.
It just went whoosh! I mean, it did give a kind of satisfying fly across the screen when I punched it, so there's that. Okay, we're almost done with yet another mission
Activating
category.
combat mode.
By now. That's enough. This'll do. Oh no,
don't
you
have the
don't.
spell blade.
How about this? That's
I actually
enough.
will
Taking
probably
you down
want,
a peg. Gonna love this. Here
because
we go.
Minerva can actually put.
This is gonna sting.
So maybe I want to make sure that my
Conflict
attack
resolved.
boost is a dispel.
Oh yeah.
Because having a dispel blade would actually be pretty nice. Because I think Minerva can make herself invincible. I do believe that is something that she
Activating
casts
combat
later in the fight. Oop,
Conflict
Boop.
resolved.
it's just that easy.
Oh yeah.
And while I can always wait out the invincibility, it's kind of annoying and I'd rather not have to. Do, 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 do.
Activating combat mode.
Hey there, buddy. Get hit. Get hit.
Conflict
hit.
resolved.
It's just that easy.
Oh yeah.
Easy game. Easy life. Thanks for that flare, I suppose. Not that I'm super likely to use it, but I don't know, maybe. If nothing else, it can be turned into extra SP.
Activating combat mode.
This'll do. Here we go.
Yeah, I remember the way these enemies
Conflict
work.
resolved.
The end.
Gotta end them quickly.
Oh yeah.
Do-do-do-do. So the drain goes a reward for finishing mission 655. Almost done here. Got this
Activating
annoying
combat
fight to
mode.
do.
Ha! Bye now.
See, I don't imagine it got less
How about
annoying.
this? Hi. Take that. Heads up. Hi. Taking you down. That's enough. Bye now. Ah! Ah!
I don't have the attack to
That's
make
enough.
this go super
Gonna
fast.
love this. Taking you down a peg. Oh no, you don't. Here we go. That's enough. Heads up. Ah! Ah! That's enough. Ah!
Oh,
Gonna love
thank you.
this.
Get
This is
hit.
gonna sting.
What if
Oh
you
no,
just
you don't.
kept getting hit though?
Bye now. Ah! Ah! That's enough. Ah! This is gonna sting.
Conflict resolved.
And we're done here. Easy game,
Oh,
easy
yeah.
life. First try. Ironically, I did do that pretty much the same way I did it without Materia. Materia didn't really help. But you know. I'm gonna pretend it did. Not even you could. Yes, I can.
Activating combat mode.
Bring it on. Ah!
Admittedly, that did more damage than I was expecting. I was expecting
Activating
him to
combat
continue to
mode.
be a little pansy.
This'll do. How about this? Heads up. This'll do.
Got to the side of him so
Conflict
energy
resolved.
would miss, and then smacked him with my fist. I think it's a nice touch that even the data Sephiroths don't like have an actual defeated animation. They just fade away. I think it's a nice touch. Alright, time for Zach, the cleanup guy, to clean up some more missions. Zach is a Final Fantasy character, so we gotta check behind him. You never know. There could be a treasure chest just sitting there. On the one hand, I get why they sometimes leave chests there, because it rewards players for, you know, it's a reward for exploration, even if that exploration is behind an area that you got cutscened into. But it feels very silly. Because, like, Zack is supposed to be a treasure hunter. Why is he not grabbing the treasure? Like, he's supposed to like that. And I'm not saying that I think that Zack should just automatically pick up treasure.
Activating combat
I
mode.
actually think it's a good decision that he does not. I think there shouldn't be
now.
treasure there.
Take that. Taking you down a peg. Hi.
Conflict resolved.
Here we go.
Oh yeah.
All the enemies have been defeated. I'm kind of disappointed that they did a Metroid Prime 1 remaster, and it sounds like they're not planning on doing a remaster for the others, and it's like, but why? It looks so pretty, give me more. Remaster the first 3 games. I'll buy them, I promise. I will give you money if you give me prettier Metroid. Like, I promise I will.
Activating combat mode.
Take that!
Something
Conflict
survived it.
resolved.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I just didn't expect it to have that much health. On a mission this, far down in the list. I was really expecting them to just die because I looked at them funny. You know?
Activating combat mode.
Whoops.
Heads up!
The demons do in fact
This'll
have
do.
enough health to just live.
Bye now!
Oh yeah.
Conflict
Later.
resolved.
Might as well use the fire echo blades while I have them equipped, you know? It's just fun. Got some more shops. Not that I particularly care to buy anything from them. But you know, they're here. At least. Where'd I miss one? I hope it was in the room I was just in, because that'd be kind of funny. I just didn't look around enough after. Okay, well. Did I remember to check behind Final Fantasy character? I feel like I did. But maybe I didn't check behind the Final Fantasy character well enough. I did not check behind the Final Fantasy character well enough. My mistake. Honestly, my bad. So we got some more mithril there, which is good, because I believe that's what puts up your... Well, that's what raises spirit. So we are happy about that.
Activating combat mode.
Oop,
Taking you down a peg!
oop, oh. Oops. Forgot. There's exactly one type of enemy I still have to respect.
Activating combat mode.
Kind that can inflict death on me.
Heads up! Taking you down
Okay,
a peg!
now there's no more enemies here who can inflict death on me. I no longer have to respect anyone. Respect? What respect? There's no respect anymore. Okay, ooh, we get some mithril from this. Nice, nice. We like mithril. We appreciate the continued existence of mithril.
Activating combat mode.
That's right, I just have Endure now. I forget that Genji armor just gives you that. Makes it much easier to flee. Got another hero drink. Nice, nice. Getting more hero drinks is really good. So, generally very good for me. More of those we get, the better.
Activating combat mode.
Got him!
Conflict resolved.
Later! Oh
How
yeah!
foolish of them to not be immune to death. Honestly. How do you even... How can you just leave home not immune to death? Ignore the fact that I'm not currently immune to death. It's not important. Anyway, so we are going a bit faster through the missions now. Like, we noticeably got... Like, I was at 67%. At the... 1 hour mark, and now we're at 77%, so that is a noticeable uptick in speed, so maybe if we can generally keep the speed up, we might actually finish today. I really want to. I really want to finish today. I would love it if finishing today was in fact on the table. That would be great. That would make me so happy if finishing today was on the table. And finding more hero drinks is making that more likely. Because the more hero drinks we have, the more easily I can just max out our attack, which will make
Conflict resolved.
clearing stuff faster. Because the less I have to costly punch and the more I can just death jump and everything will still die, the better. Also, I am going back to sitting down. I have no idea how... One of these times I really need to listen back to that just to know how loud that is. So I have no idea. I have no idea if y'all can't even hear me lowering my desk or if it is, like, obnoxious. Could be either, like, who knows? I certainly don't. Like, I sure have no clue what kind of auditory experience that is inflicting on anyone. I just realized my mic's kind of facing a bit away from me. I should point it more towards me.
Combat mode.
Out of the way.
Don't know how noticeable that
Conflict
is.
resolved.
I think, like, my audio quality is fundamentally never going to be amazing because I'm in just a really big, echoey room. Like, in order for me to have nice audio quality, what I need is an actual small room, like a room set up for recording, or at least better suited to it. You know, even if it's not set up exclusively for that, just being better suited to it would help a lot.
Conflict resolved.
Got him. Oh yeah.
Okay. Red Flames. Nice. Yeah. I'm just plotting to myself about whether I even want, like, I get a Rebirth Flame that gives magic plus 80, and I might not even want to fuse that with anything, honestly. Rebirth Flame is a pretty nice limit break, and its entire effect is just a passive thing that makes that more likely. So I may not even want to fuse it with anything, but if I don't,
Activating combat mode.
then
Taking you down a peg.
we'll see.
Conflict resolved.
Once again, it comes down to, like, what's better. Although I'm not even necessarily set on having Curaga. Like, I have a bunch of X potions, and that's just as fast. It's actually a little faster than using a Curaga, so it might be better to just plan to use X potions
Heads up.
rather than use Curaga at all.
Got him.
I'm annoyed that that didn't reach behind me enough to hit him, but whatever. Oh, hey, look, another store. Not that I particularly care, but more stores are nice, I guess. They don't really matter. Hey, look behind. Okay, we're good. Can't forget such a key thing to do again. That'd be embarrassing. I would be embarrassed if I did that. Not embarrassed. I wouldn't go that far, but embarrassed, you know? Because those are obviously two very different things. As anyone with half a brain would know. Clearly. I don't even know what I'm saying at this point, but we're sure saying things. Stuff and things are being said, that's for sure.
Activating combat mode.
Taking you down a peg.
Oh. Definitely underestimated
yeah.
how much health that guy had. I was expecting that to like be all I needed was that death jump, and it was not close. We're definitely getting there. Okay, cool. I don't have any more.
Activating combat mode.
Darn.
Activating combat mode.
Hot the end.
I'm annoyed that that didn't land before it. Thanks for the healing, buddy. I appreciate it.
Take that.
Really thought my attack would be high enough to take it out. This battle's gone on for an unfortunately longer time.
Bye now.
Conflict resolved.
There.
Later. Oh yeah.
Anyway, moving on from that one. Okay, something I wanted to check was if I combine, I'm sure I have a Dispel Blade somewhere, right? At this point, like, no way I don't, right? Yeah, I have a Dispel Blade. It gives magic plus 15. If I combine this with... Yeah, cool. It's still a Dispel Blade. So I can do this. For relatively cheap on the SP cost. And then immediately do and where is it? Passed it, huh? Sure did. Then immediately do this plus the 25 hero drinks that I have, and that'll get me up to attack plus 83. Is that enough? Attack plus 83. Yes. Math is hard. Yeah, that's enough. That's all I need. And evidently it's pretty easy to keep it as a Dispel Blade when doing fusion. Like, the vast majority of things leave it as a Dispel Blade. So if at some point I did decide that I needed to do this, the only cost would be in in SP. Okay, so there's a high attack. There we go. Now my attack will be 194, and that's looking pretty good. So I now have 2 of what my final materia set will be. I just need to figure out the Curaga. Wish I could filter. Like, I wish I could tell it, don't show me anything that will turn it into something else. Like, I wish that was a qualifier I could put on it. Because that'd be a really nice qualifier to have. Turns it into Quake. If I fuse these tri-fires together, I could... Tri-fires and electrocutes. Interesting that becomes status strike. Oh, vital slash. Keeps it. Do, do, do. I hate that my highest base stats that'll also keep it a Curica might be something real dumb. But for right now, we'll just keep on doing this, and we'll worry about it after. I'm gonna get the full cure, because that's plus 20 stat-wise. And I'm pretty sure full cure plus Curiga is still Curiga.
Activating combat
So that would
mode.
be something.
Conflict resolved.
Yeah, that just now casually does 30,000. Before, that's double what it was doing before, for the record. And that's without any multipliers of any kind.
Activating
So
combat
that's
mode.
Bring it on.
pretty good.
Here we go. Hey.
Conflict resolved.
Now just so long as I busted sword mode before, that will very easily just hit for max damage. And once I have the Zedric, it'll probably hit for max damage on a lot of enemies, even
Activating
without.
combat mode.
Oops.
Take that. Got him. Hey.
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah.
I just actually slashed an enemy. It feels so weird to do. Feels so wrong. Because it's just such a bad option in this game. Like, normally attacking is never the right move. It's so heavily discouraged by how bad it
Activating combat
is.
mode.
This'll do. Take that.
There we go.
Conflict
Easy
resolved.
game, easy
Oh,
life.
yeah.
We are now 2 hours into the stream. I have a bit less than 3 hours maximum remaining that I can stream today. And I'd really like to finish. So we're going to pick up the pace. We're going to reduce our amount of menuing. And pick up the pace, because a lot of the menuing
Activating
I won't
combat mode.
know if it's
Here
the
we
final
go.
state until after I've
Bye now.
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah.
until after I've actually gotten everything. I'm going to actively avoid doing more menuing. The only thing I might do is not even the Curiga stuff. We're just gonna avoid menuing. Menuing is bad, actually. Like, menuing is to be avoided, I've decided. We don't want to menu anymore. Menu bad. Because I need to actually have all the
Activating
loot.
combat mode.
This'll do. Bye now. How about this? Hi.
Conflict resolved.
What'll be real fun is getting
Oh,
the
yeah.
Genji shield. Not looking forward to it. It's not actually gonna be fun at all. It's gonna be very not fun. It's the most annoying Genji item to get. It requires materia to get, so we didn't have to worry about it because it's a magic pot thing. But it is very obnoxious because one of the required things for it is Octaslash. Yeah, think about that for a second. It requires a specific limit break, which even if you've got the Octaslash materia acquired, still only has a chance of even showing up. You just kind of have to awkwardly stand there and hope that that you roll an Octaslash. It's better in this version because in the original game, if you rolled something else, it would just target the magic pot with it, and then you'd have to re-find a magic pot. At least this way you can get a different limit break, and it doesn't automatically go and just chase away the magic pot. But I think it probably still times out after a while. It probably doesn't stay forever. But yeah, we will worry about that later.
Activating combat mode.
Take that.
Conflict resolved.
Oh
Go.
yeah.
Beat up some more enemies. We continue on our merry way. Yeah, we're trying hard to avoid fights when we can. It feels so weird to me that I can't adjust the zoom in this game. I guess I've just been playing too much of like Final Fantasy 14 and other games like that where like of course you can adjust the zoom at all times. Like it's not really that weird for a third-person game to not let you adjust that. Makes it much easier for them if they don't let you adjust that. But it still feels super weird to me. I would very much like to adjust the zoom. I don't know what I'm gonna stream after this. Aside from Pokemon, I'm kind of feeling a platformer. But I don't know what platformer. But
Conflict resolved.
Got him.
I don't know. A platformer
yeah.
wouldn't be super long either, so like it might be just a little interlude that I do of like I play some random platformer. Like also now that I've got that, I want to check and see if I am correct that yeah, a full cure will what I could do is use the fact that I have a bunch of fat chocobo feathers that I don't need to supplement the fact that I don't have very many mithrils. Do something like that. And then Kiriga to get Kiriga. And then do that to get up to Spirit 88, which is enough. And then I will equip that in the spot that Cure goes. Yeah. With a Z-Trick, that'll bump my spirit up to 255. Cool. 3 out of 6 materia are now done. Realize the next thing gave Mithril, but whatever. It's fine. It would have just cost more SP if it was further, you know? That's all that would have happened. Okay, we continue on our merry way. Something I've taken to doing is trying to actually do all the daily stuff in Final Fantasy XIV. I gotta say, I don't recommend it. It's not worth it. By which I mean, you get more daily things than are worth doing. It's just do the content you want to do.
Activating combat mode.
You have an honestly ridiculous amount of
Conflict
daily
resolved.
things in that game.
Oh yeah!
It's honestly bonkers just how much daily stuff you get. Yeah, I'm definitely going to use the also more. That's funny. I'm definitely going to use the Rebirth Flame as the base for my my magic boost, because it's just magic plus 80 already, and there's no real reason not to just use it, because it means that the only other thing I have to worry about is having enough adamantite and HP to handle the other, and I'm up to 22 adamantite, which is honestly not anywhere near enough, but we'll get there eventually. Wait. Just realized how far off that is. We are nowhere
Activating
near.
combat mode.
Oh, hello. About to regret that decision.
Conflict resolved.
Don't know why you challenged me to a fight. That was honestly poor decision-making skills. Like, impressively bad, honestly. Also, may I just say that I have two things that I think are true about JRPG design. One, permanent stat decisions are bad. There should always be a way to undo them, even if it's obnoxious. A way to fix them should always exist. But outside of that, I just want to also say, that aside from just permanent decisions are bad, having randomness determine whether your stats get maxed or not is just a bad decision. Don't do it. It's bad design. And I know what you're gonna say is, but then every character's the same. Yeah, true. You're not wrong. I think needing to grind to get that maxed out is fine. And I don't mind randomness if it's randomness in growth. Like, I think the way Final Fantasy II works, for instance, fine. The way Final Fantasy VII's health works, though, nah, screw that. It's not okay. It's bad design. Now, Final Fantasy VII gets away with it because the rest of that game is phenomenal. But ask anyone who has maxed out their HP if they think that is good design. It's not. And I don't think anyone would say that it was, because it just isn't. It's just not good design. It's design that exists, and it's design you can live with, but the good is not the right word for it, you know? Like, I think it's tolerable because the rest of the game is good. It's not something that's going to kill a game, but it's a noticeable flaw. And the reason it's a noticeable flaw is because it makes it less engaging
Heads up.
for completionists.
Conflict resolved.
Like, for example, how bad these things are also depends on the kind of game. Like, if I was playing, like, an MMO, for instance, and there wasn't a way to refund stat points, I just wouldn't play it. Like, if it had a stat point system and there wasn't a way to refund them and there wasn't a way to infinitely gain them, then I'm not playing that MMO. Unless,
Activating
like,
combat mode.
there might be some edge cases where if some other aspect of it is absolutely phenomenal, then I might maybe make an exception. But like as a general statement, nah, I'm not playing it. Like, that is a huge negative. That's a huge thing in the negative column. Particularly for MMOs and JRPGs, because they're long. You know, you want to have permanent stat choices in a game that's like 6 hours. Yeah, sure, go for it. You know, like, it's not that long. The idea of having to redo it is just not that big a consequence. But like, let's take for instance, if you mess up one level in Final Fantasy VII and you save that mistake and you didn't have a backup save, or you didn't understand something about the way the health worked. If you get to the end of, actually, let's do it this way. Hey, let's do this comparison. If you get to the end of Final Fantasy VII, of a casual run, and you decide, hey, I want to max out my stats.
Activating combat mode.
And you, like, initially want to include health in that.
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah.
You're done. You have to replay the whole game. You have to replay that whole ass 80-hour JRPG. Just because you want your funny little numbers maxed. You can max every other number. And I think that's... I don't mind stat decisions if one of your decisions can be to grind until it is maxed. If there is some way to grind it up to max, even if it's obnoxious, I think that's better. I think having it be a less obnoxious feeling grind is always best, but like, you know, it has to come with some kind of cost, so I am okay with that. Yeah, I don't know where exactly this tangent is going, but that's, I think, an important thing about game design that is not often talked about
Here we go.
in games with stats is if having less than perfect stats is not something you can fix in game, then what you are saying to completionists is restart the game and try again. And that is a rough thing to say. And I think there's some leeway for that to be an acceptable thing to say. Like, for example, I think randomized stats are okay in some games. Depends a lot on the genre.
Activating combat mode.
Bring it on. How about this?
Like, for example, I think it's a lot more acceptable in games that are like Fire Emblem or like XCOM, where that randomness in stat generation is, particularly in leveling up in Fire Emblem, is part of what makes the game the way it is. Like, it's pretty integral to the way the game functions, so I think it's okay. But in a JRPG, it has no place. It just doesn't. Especially games like this where the characters are already defined. There shouldn't be randomness in their stats. because they are already defined as characters. You know, they don't need to be different. It's not a need, it's not adding anything for them to be different. It's not really adding anything to the gameplay. At best, you're maybe obscuring the game systems a little bit to make it a little spicier, but like fundamentally you're not adding much to the game, and you're making it much more obnoxious for completionists in particular. And as someone who likes to be completionist when it's not too obnoxious, I would love it if less games were obnoxious about it. That'd be great. That being said, I do understand why certain games have randomness. Like, for example, Pokemon's randomness in stats, like the way natures and IVs and all of that, natures, IVs, EVs, all of that. I think that makes perfect sense. Because but it also works that way because, like I said, even if it's obnoxious, there's a way to fix it. You just go catch another one. And you keep catching more until you get what you want. You know, that's why, like, I think that's why I'm really okay with that on the normal Pokemon and less okay with it on, like, legendaries and starters and other Pokemon that you only encounter once and are really hard to re-roll on. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what else to talk about right now, but that's where we're at in my head is JRPGs remove stat randomness unless it can be fixed. Stat gains should only be random if you can fix it later. And there's a lot of good reasons to do that, but especially in JRPGs, one of the things that's really annoying in JRPGs that have that kind of randomness is inherently, I feel like the developers recognized that it was a bad thing, because every single one of them has a pseudo about that random that makes it so that way your stats don't go too far out of bounds, because then it would make balancing the game really hard. You know, you might find that the game is super easy for no real good reason, or super hard for no good reason. And either way, that's less fun for the player, generally speaking.
How about this? This'll do. Take that. Oh yeah.
Easy game, easy life. Definitely gonna run through a... No? Okay, I thought for sure I'd get into combat there, but sure.
How about this? Bye now. Taking you down a peg.
I'm amazed this one back here didn't get hit by either of those.
Conflict resolved.
But whatever. We win. Easy game, easy life. Also, can we just talk about how ridiculously expensive on SP maxing out your stats is? I'm not even going for 100 on each of them, and look at how much it's taking. Like, it's taking a truly ridiculous amount. Anyway, so we are
activating combat
getting
mode.
there at high.
Bye now.
Boop.
Heads up.
So dude, the further into the stream we get, the more I go, I don't actually have enough time to do this, do I? The more I go, I really wish I'd started the stream like an hour earlier, because it might have been the difference. In me finishing everything I wanted to. I will drink some water. Because Guy has redeemed for me to drink some water. I've been told to drink water. I still need to see if there's a way for me to make that show up in my chat or somewhere else on the screen. I'm happy you got an electric toothbrush.
Activating combat mode.
I didn't know you wanted one, but I'm happy for you anyway.
How about this? Bye now. This'll do.
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah.
I'm confused what the joke was. What was the joke? Enlighten me. I'm legitimately confused. I don't get it. Go.
Activating combat mode.
Oh, that's bad. Okay, I'm no longer stopped, but I am still stunned. This is fine. We're fine. I didn't notice that it was casting that. Also, Guy, what was the joke? Okay, get away from the bad breath. Been abandoned. He's not coming back to tell me what the joke was. Thank you. Oh. Why won't it make any sense?
Conflict resolved.
Later. Oh yeah.
Okay, there's 10 dark matter, which I believe puts up magic, so I don't really need that, but, you know. Fine. Hero drink times 10 would have been nice earlier. At this point, I don't really need it, but, you know. Okay, gotta go over this way. I think the wildest thing about the way Materia fusion in this game works it is entirely dependent on how good the outcome Materia is. Not how much better it is than it was before. Just super weird when you stop and think about it. That means that, like, if you go up from 98 bonus on something to 99 bonus on something, it takes as much as if you went from 1 +1 attack on a materia to plus 99 attack. And that's wild. At least it's wild to me. Like, I feel like that shouldn't be true. Like, the cost scaling to a degree makes sense, but that it's just entirely reliant on the outcome feels wrong.
Activating combat mode.
Out of the way! Bye now! This is gonna sting! How about this? Oh no you don't! Here we go! That's
Anyway,
enough!
this keeps
How
it
about
nice and
this?
staggered.
This is gonna sting! Here we go! Oh no you don't! Bye now! That's
Okay,
enough!
so your phone can
Here
do
we go!
QR code
Gonna love
scanning.
this! Heads up! Oh no you don't! Here we go! This is gonna
Okay,
sting!
okay,
Taking you
I'm
down.
following
Oh,
so
no,
far.
You don't. This'll do! This is gonna sting! How about this? Gonna love this! Taking you down. Oh no you don't! How about this? Gonna love this! Here we go! Oh no you don't! Taking you down. This is gonna sting! How about this? Gonna love this! Bye now! Take that!
Anyway. The meteorite just doesn't do that much damage to us, so we move on. There we go. Hero drink times 10. Aw, yeah. Okay. We come closer to getting everything that we need done.
Activating combat mode.
This'll do! The end! That's enough!
Conflict
One
resolved.
day, I want an answer for this series of quests. I want to know what the story behind them's supposed to be, because we're going after escaped orphans with psychic powers, and like they can't just drop that on you, you know? Like, clearly I feel like they intended for more detail to be here, or maybe they added more detail in like before Crisis or something to contextualize this, like something. Like, right? Like, I feel like that's a super weird thing that they're just like, yeah, by the way, there's a bunch of orphans with psychic powers. Can you, and they escaped. Can you go? I mean, they ran away from their loving orphanage. So can you like go track them down? And like, what? Excuse me?
Activating combat mode.
Bye now!
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah!
Okay. You go over here. Go grab this. Still waiting for the for the rest of whatever you're going to say about your phone doing QR code scanning. I feel like I'm probably never getting the end of that thought though.
Activating combat
I feel like
mode.
the end of that thought was probably yeeted
How
into
about
the
this?
abyss a few minutes ago.
Bye now! Got him!
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah!
I see. I'm sorry, it seemed like you were going somewhere with it.
Activating combat mode.
Here we go. Heads up.
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah.
Activating combat mode.
Bye now. Hi.
Conflict resolved.
Later.
It's just
Oh,
not
yeah.
easy. Bummer. Got high potions, but I had no space. Not that I really care. It's so weird that you can't buy anything better healing than a potion in this game. That's such a choice.
Activating combat mode.
I get that they made the
This'll
better
do.
healing items really good in this game,
Here
but it
we
still
go.
feels so weird that I can't buy them. I forgot that stops right through my block because it doesn't deal damage for me to negate, which is a really weird edge case for the
Oh yeah.
the block there, that it has to deal damage for it to negate, for it to also negate the effect. Just catching up on stuff in my raid channels to make sure that no one has said that we are in fact not raiding today. Okay, yeah, it looks like I am still raiding. Or at least there is, as of yet, no indication that I am not. Which, considering that we're a couple hours out, usually if someone had to cancel, they would have said by now. It would be very unusual for people to have been like, yeah, we're raiding, and then back out this amount of time before. Like, I've never seen someone, well, not never, but it's certainly out of the ordinary. There's that other chest behind one of these rocks, isn't it? Yep, there it is. Behind a rock that I cannot lift because I am not strong enough.
Activating combat mode.
Heads up! How about this? Bye now!
Just jump over it. He's like, that's life, and I'm like, I jumped it. I jumped over it. I jumped over it. What do you want from me? I'm not gonna get hit by that no more. I used jump. Get wrecked, nerd. I have so many more missions to do still.
Activating combat mode.
Oops.
Taking you down a peg.
I forgot that wall is really hard to avoid combat on.
Resolved.
As in the PSP version, it's impossible to avoid combat on that wall. I think you can in this version avoid combat on that wall, but it's real tight. There's a bunch of walls like that you couldn't avoid combat on in the PSP version that you can in this version. There are far fewer required battles to do all the missions in this version. If you're careful, I think the bridge is the only, the bridge in one of the cave settings is like the only thing that I'm like certain is still unavoidable. Almost everything else is avoidable now. I'm not certain, but I think that's correct. That everything else is avoidable now. Yeah, having some more attacks that way I can just hit with max damage and AoE with death jump is really nice. It's very convenient. We're at 85% completion. We're getting there, in other words. There's one chest. Boop. Get another elixir. Here's two chests. Heck yeah. That was an interesting little bug that I just experienced, but
activating combat mode.
Fine.
Bye now.
Boop. Boop. Ooh, that did more damage to my AP than I was expecting.
Conflict resolved.
Not that it matters, because Costly Punch doesn't cost AP, so, you know. I can just keep hitting with it. Which I suppose means I could have just ignored that. I could have just hardcore been like, who cares, and just kept hitting the enemy. Okay, we continue on our merry way. We are almost down to just the... Whoops.
Heads up!
We're almost down to just the,
conflict resolved.
The end!
The Minerva cave missions. Like, we're getting there. We are getting closer to having just that left to do. That being said, we have absolutely hit the point where the missions start getting a bit longer. Okay. Investigate that. For 4 out of 6 treasure chests. Is a pretty good amount of treasure chests. Once again, my computer be having a little bit of trouble. Having a little bit of a weird glitch. So fun fact. The way that I play this is I have my stream output projected to one of my monitors. When I'm playing a PS5 game, that's just how I do it. And when I was like, that's a weird bug, what was happening was that was flickering and showing me my desktop behind it, which is a pretty weird bug. That's definitely outside of the norm. Does not usually happen. Definitely odd. But whatever, it's fine. That mission was super long. Unfortunately, we're hitting the point where, like, most of the remaining missions are super long. But we are at the point where we've only got, like, 40 left. So, there's that. Something like 40 anyway. Don't think that's not the exact number, but it is something like that. It's 1 chest. 2 chest. It's back here. Bummer.
Activating combat mode. Conflict resolved.
Just that easy. Mainly the only reason I actually bother taking out enemies is for the Gil and SP. And the slight chance they drop an item I care about, but that's much less likely. At this point. I'm max level, so the XP obviously does nothing for me anymore. Just doesn't matter. And honestly, the Gil and SP that I'm getting per enemy just isn't really a lot, so like it's really only an amount that'll matter in aggregate. So it's mostly just because a lot of the time if I kill enemies, it's because it'd be faster to kill them than it would be to run away from them. Like, it's just faster to remove them from the land of the living than it is to flee. Something I've been blessed with on my Twitter timeline recently
Activating combat mode.
is people who have actual self-defense training laughing at self-defense gurus online.
Yeah.
It's great. Because they explain like why that's absolutely ridiculous. But also, like, I've not even been in a fight, and a lot of the things that I see these self-defense gurus doing are clearly ridiculous, and I'm like, how do people believe that this is a real thing? Like, they'll be, you know, I saw a clip of a guy who was standing with like several dummies around him doing like this thing where he
Activating combat mode.
shot one dummy, then turned and shot another, and slashed a knife on a third, and then shot a fourth. And I'm like, the only way that works is if everyone you're not currently hitting just stands still and waits. This is not turn-based combat. You know what I mean? Like,
Heads up.
while you're going after that first guy, guys 3 and 4 are just gonna hit you from behind or from the side, like, or just hit you in general. They don't even have to, like, you know, if you're in a situation in which guns and knives are an option, they can just hit you from the front. It doesn't matter. You do not have good enough defenses to not at least get knocked on your ass. That's something that I think a lot of people forget about.
Taking you down a peg.
When
Oh yeah.
thinking about like, oh, I have, you know, I have a bullet resistant vest on, I'll be fine. No, you won't. You still have to use the force still hits you. What doesn't happen when you have a bullet resistant vest is the bullet doesn't pierce into you. But the raw force of a bullet, the stopping power, still hits you. It's like getting punched really hard in the chest. And if you are not braced for the reality of getting punched really hard in the chest multiple times, you will just get knocked on your ass. Even if you're braced for it, decent chance you still do. Like,
you don't. Heads up. Gonna love this. Bye now.
like, you know, like staying on your feet while your armor takes hits is legitimately hard because your armor doesn't have any weight. It's specifically modern armor is designed to be as lightweight as possible, while still maintaining the ability to be bullet resistant, as you know, as bullet resistant as possible, as light as possible, and that means that you're not heavy, which means knocking you on your ass is easy, you know. If you had something that weighed as much as a as like the old steel armor, like the steel armor of old, you were wearing something that weighed that much and had the stopping power of modern stuff, yeah, you could probably shrug off the force of those bullets without falling. You might still get pushed back, and you would probably still have to be careful to not get tipped over. But you're not going to lose the weight battle. But I'm digressing a little bit here. It's just really funny to watch people like just not even like, they're like, oh yeah, we gotta learn so much from this guy who's not even taking into account the fact that his enemies fight back. Like, that's not a self-defense guru. Like, I've not even been in a fight or done like serious self-defense of any kind, and so if I can look at that and be like, there are some pretty clear logical holes here, like, that's it's really bad. You know, especially when they're ones that should be obvious if you just stop and think about it for a second. Like, you know, if you're surrounded, people will fight you. This isn't an action movie. They're not going to surround you and then come at you one at a time. I mean, it's just something to talk about. Not sure how to take that. That came off very passive aggressive, just so you know.
Take that. This'll do. Heads up.
But also, I don't think I talk about fights very often.
Got him. Oh yeah.
What? As in, like, I'm not sure I've ever talked about real life fights before on stream? But yeah, if you ever see someone who proclaims themselves as a self-defense, have I talked about real life fights? I've talked about games, but that's different.
Oh, no, you don't.
Conflict resolved.
I legitimately don't remember ever talking about real life fights before on stream. It's certainly not a common topic. When? I'm actually curious, when have I talked about that before? I legitimately don't ever remember talking about it. But I definitely haven't talked about it enough. Definitely not. No. I have not talked about it more than once before. That I am certain of. Not actual fights, in-game fights, or like giggling about how something in a game or movie came off as unrealistic, maybe. But like an actual long thing about real life fights, I have not. I'm certain about that. Like like once maybe I could have done without remembering it, but definitely not more than that.
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah.
Definitely haven't. And it's weird that you think I have. I like how you said, wow, for me not believing you when you're directly refusing to believe me. Unless you said wow for a different reason. It's still really weird that you were like, you really love talking about fights. Like, that's such a weird thing to say. I'm still trying to figure out what you meant if it wasn't supposed to be aggressive. Because I've never heard that phrasing used in a non-aggressive way.
Bye now. How about this? This'll do.
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah.
Times before on stream. Maybe if your definition of talking about IRL fights is loose. Like, I'll admit to when I'm talking with a flow like that, I kind of just talk about whatever and let it go. That's not the same thing. That is not at all the same. That's not talking about fights, because I know what you're talking about now. I've talked about before about how unrealistic it is for in like superhero stuff and other stuff like that that they all have a no killing rule, but yet they're constantly giving people concussions. Because like some percentage of the people they're giving concussions should be dying. And I've talked about other things related to that, and that's not a discussion about fighting, really. That's a discussion about realism in media. I don't know. That's not really a discussion about fighting. That's a discussion about realism.
Activating combat mode.
Here we go. This'll do.
Conflict
Oh
resolved.
yeah. You.
Yeah, but I remember talking about the topic that you're referring to, and I wasn't talking about fights. Like, I remember talking about that. And I remember the different times that I
Activating
talked
combat
about
mode.
it. One time I was
Taking
talking
you down a
about
peg. Take that. This'll do. Hey, how about this?
the way they'll just use
Conflict
knockout
resolved.
gas and other things
Later.
like that, and how unrealistic
yeah.
that is. Anyway. Need to find my flow again. You what's the line? From New Groove. Been too long since I saw it. Yeah, you threw off my groove. There we go. There's the meme line. Where is the last treasure chest? I do not know what I should do with all these high potions. There's so many of them. So many.
Activating combat mode.
This'll do. Take that. Here we go. How about this?
Dude.
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah. Yuffie, you there?
Anyway. So I think it's so weird to me that Yuffie gave the materia back to Zack. That feels wrong. That doesn't feel like something Yuffie would do. Even 5 years before the events of Final Fantasy VII, that doesn't feel like something Yuffie would do. Where's my treasure chest? Here's one.
Activating combat mode.
That's one of the spots
Here we go.
that was impossible to get past in the PSP
Bye
version,
now.
and is now still hard, but not impossible
Conflict
anymore.
Oh
resolved.
yeah.
Here we go. Okay. I got a fire ring.
Activating combat mode. Conflict
That's just a
resolved.
normal Malboro.
Oh yeah.
Man. I forget how easy the entry levels to the cave are. How they're just like, yeah, the first couple levels are nice and calm. Easier than the missions you came from to unlock them. And they just get much worse over time. We're at 88% of things done, which I think unfortunately means that there's just no way that we finish today. It's a bummer because if I had been free like an hour earlier, I could have finished, but I wasn't. That's just unfortunate. I really don't want to stream Crisis Core Reunion for another day. I would really like to be done and move on to other video gaming. There are other video games to be playing, you know? Regardless, I'll have to make sure that I have another game lined up for next stream, because, like, it's not gonna take me that long to beat Minerva. So it's a long fight, don't get me wrong, like, but like, it's probably only gonna take me 1 or 2 attempts to beat it with Materia.
Taking you down a peg.
Because, you know, it's just a lot easier when they can't just remove my existence with a single hit of that blade attack. Marks of an intruder. We continue into the caves. Further into the caves. There's so many cave missions left. And I would really like it if there just weren't.
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah.
Good. Easy game, easy life. Got that. And that. Cool. I just wanted to confirm what was in those shops, because heck if I remember at this point. Yeah, no?
Activating combat mode.
This'll do.
How do I get the Genji shield?
Conflict resolved.
I do not remember.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I should actually look it up right about now. Do. Okay. So we can just do. So let's equip. Get a costly punch on. And we need a gill toss. The costly punch will handle the 99,909 damage, and then we need Octa slash Materia and all the rest of our slots. Oh, and accessories, NG armor, brutal. Force of nature, and then a is it? Eyes are not. Okay. Let's go to the shops. Find the one that sells Octaslash. Do you not have it? No, we do. There it is. I'm just blind. Okay, cool. I'm glad to know I just can't see it. Okay. There we go. Now the mission is 746. Okay, now we need to get into fights until we find a magic pot. Hello? Fights? Please?
Activating combat mode.
How about this? This is gonna sting!
Conflict
yeah.
resolved.
Oh, I see. It's written incorrectly in one spot. Mission 766, not 746. The first spot I looked at it, it was written incorrectly. I'm gonna do double check that 766. Okay, let's see. We need 2 battle encounters that are relatively close together.
Activating combat mode.
Heads up! Gonna love this! Here we go!
It's so annoying that that can hit me
This is gonna sting!
through my guard
Heads
because it
up.
doesn't deal damage for me to
no,
prevent
you
it.
don't. How about this? That's enough! Here
That's
we
such a
go.
weird
Gonna
hole
love
in
this.
your defenses.
Conflict
Oh
resolved.
yeah!
Okay, these 2
Activating
are
combat
probably
mode.
the closest together that 2 things get. I have Endure, so running from
Activating
fights
combat
should
mode.
be
Bring it
pretty
on.
easy. So we're just going to do that until we
Activating combat
find the
mode.
magic pot we're looking for.
Activating combat mode.
Oop. Back to running away. Go over
Activating
here.
combat
Out of
mode.
the
Nope.
way!
Okay. Back to running away. Thank you.
Activating combat mode.
Bring it on!
Oh, okay. Back to running away.
Activating combat mode.
Can I write mod check?
Activating combat mode.
Like, as in just literally write mod
Activating
check
combat mode.
in the chat? Like, what do you mean?
Activating combat mode.
Ow. For sure. Is that what you wanted?
Activating combat mode. Activating combat mode. Activating combat mode.
Should it have done something? Ow. Got stunned too. This sucks. So they do have one attack that can keep me from fleeing. These annoyances.
Activating combat mode.
Bring it
There
on.
it is. Okay. Tell me to use Guild Toss.
Hi.
There you go. Now we use Costly Punch. Then we do it again. And now we hope for Octaslash. How did they end up low? How did that even happen? I didn't even know you could. Like, I'd forgotten low was even a thing that you could have happen. Anyway, so I guess we'll find out if he'll actually just wait forever or not. Being set to low too was oh yeah, he does not wait forever. That
Conflict
sucks.
resolved.
Okay, so how did I end up my DMW limit low? And how do I fix that? The 7 prices score reunion W. Oh. Huh. As usual, when I look up something relating to this game, I saw a lot of conflicting information. But, you know, that'll happen. I've just come to accept that when I look up information for this game.
Activating combat mode.
Heads up.
Anyway, I'm gonna let them kill me, because one of the conflicting things I saw was that if you just let yourself die and then try again, it goes
Activating
away.
combat mode.
This'll do.
And that is
Oh, no,
evidently
you don't.
not the case.
Here we go. Taking you down a peg. Ah, here we go.
Some are saying that
This is
some
gonna
enemy
sting.
attacks can do
Taking
it.
you down a peg. That's enough.
You fix it by just
How about
beating up
this?
enemies.
Oh no, you don't. Bye now. Gonna love this. This'll do. That's enough. Taking you down a peg. This is gonna sting. How about this? That's enough. Bye now. Gonna love this.
Conflict
Oh
resolved.
yeah.
Okay, that did not fix it. So what we're going to do is, so Switch this back to my death jump. And then swap these out for lucky stars. And purchase more lucky stars with which to do that, because I don't have enough. I don't want to have to run into that that a whole bunch of times. So we're just going to
Activating combat mode.
Out of the way! How about this? This'll do. Take that! Taking you down a peg. This'll do. Here we go.
Conflict resolved.
Got him! Oh yeah!
Activating combat mode.
Bring it on! Heads up! How about this? Taking you down a peg. Hi! Heads up! Take that. Bye now! This'll do.
Conflict resolved.
Easy game, easy life.
Oh yeah!
Soma.
Activating combat mode.
Ha! How about this? Take that! Heads up! This'll do.
Wonder if being at a save
Heads up.
point would.
How about this?
Conflict
Fix it.
resolved.
Later!
I might try that.
Activating combat mode.
Bye now! How about this? Take that! Heads up!
Okay, Cisne, come out here and
Taking you down a peg.
solve my problems.
This'll do.
No? Okay.
Hi!
Oh, we're going to forfeit the battle and then abort mission. We're still set to low. Why? What is that from? What caused that? How long has it been on low? Have I just not been paying attention? Yeah, it looks like this can be set to low when Zack is hit by some types of attacks. This sucks. It halves your chance of getting a limit break. So I'm going to set the lucky stars up again. And then we're going to let it run for a bit. Actually, I've been streaming for 3 hours, and I'm not going to finish today anyway. That'll give me more stuff to do when I stream it next time. So I'll probably just leave it and get it fixed that way. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'll do. So that'll be all for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.